Hey everybody, Sarah here. So, um, I should have made a video after the game last week. Is that last week? Must be last week. Yeah, but I didn't. And I wasn't sure if I did or not, so I did have a look um, before I started recording this to see if I did, but I clearly obviously didn't. So, I think I said the score was going to be 3-0. I think, because I said 2-0 for the one before, 3-0 for this, for um, England and Finland. Um, and the score was 2-0. Um, as for who scored, there were two Kane goals. Two Kane goals on Kane's 100th England game. Um, could have been a hat trick, but they just allowed one of the goals. Um, yeah, so that happened. Then I think the first game back for Bayern Munich after that, well, yeah, it was on Sunday, Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember what day it was now. I can't remember what the score was, but Bayern Munich scored a hat. Yeah, Bayern Munich scored a hat trick. Bayern Munich won, and Harry Kane scored a hat trick, I think. And then when on Tuesday, was it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday when um, Bayern Munich were playing. I can't remember the whole name of the team, but it was Zagreb was in the name. In the Champions League, it was the first game of the Champions League, and all right, I went to look to see if it was on Talksport. It wasn't on Talksport 1 and it wasn't on Talksport 2 either. So I was like, oh, so I can't, I wasn't able to like actually watch it. I couldn't listen to the radio, obviously. So I thought I'll go on, from Google, of the live sports like update. And when I remembered the game was on, because I completely forgot until whatever time, and I think it was 1-0. Was it 1-0? Or was that the game before? Oh, I can't even remember now. But actually, it was either 2 or 3-0 at that point. I think it was just around half time. I think it was 2 or 3-0. So yeah, I was keeping an eye on that. Then, like I said, it was half time, so I wasn't looking at half time. And then I forgot about it again until like I thought, oh yeah, the game it hasn't finished yet. Went back. I can't remember how far into the game it was then, but then it was like 3-2. Still by minute winning, but it was 3-2, and I was like, oh god, here we go. So I kept an eye on that, and I didn't keep going back and forth on it. And then I must have looked. I think it was nearly close to the end. Um, by the way, at this point, I think there'd been a clean penalty, and I think maybe just a clean penalty at that point. I can't remember. Yeah, but as it got close to the end, then I was looking at I went back to it to look to see what the score was. And I was like, how the hell did that happen? It was 9-2 to Bayern Munich. And I was like, how on earth did that happen? And not only that, there was, like I said, there was 9 goals to Bayern Munich. However many different players had scored. Um, there was, I think there was one player, who I can't remember who it was, might have had 2 goals. There was 3 separate other ones had a goal each. 4 of the other goals were Harry Kane. So he got like that. That was 2 hat tricks in a week. And some people, well, I have heard people since then were like, actually, it was on the BBC thing that recorded, and I went through it. The one that was like talking on it, when I was presenting it, he was like, the one question somebody's going to be asking, where was the Harry Kane that scored these 2 hat-tricks in 2 games during the Euros, which, yeah, we might have actually won it, but if that was the case. But we didn't win it, obviously. But yeah, so Miami are doing well. England are doing well. Yeah. I swear there was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what now. Oh yeah. And I just booked a holiday today. Well, my dad. I what booked it. My dad is paying for it. Yeah. So I've been on holiday with my mum, however many times in the past, however long. But because my dad was doing the papers, and they were like, if you want time off, you have to, they wouldn't find somebody to do his papers while he was on holiday. He would have to find someone to do it, and nobody's going to get up at whatever time in the morning to do that. So, let's just say me and my dad haven't been on holiday for um, well, October 2014. So that's almost 10 years. It's 10 years next month. When we went to Rhodes. Um, yeah. So anyway, we were looking at holidays, and there was, I said, I did say I want to go anywhere but Spain. I got a thing about Spain since the Euros. I mean, I went to Spain, well, Gran Canaria, before the Euros started. I think it was like a week, 2 weeks before the Euros started. And obviously, how the final went, I'm like, I don't go to Spain. I do not want to go to Spain. So I was like, and all the places that come up, obviously, I don't want to go like, I can't remember I didn't want to go further away. So I said to my dad, I said, I'll put Malta in. Because we've been to Malta before. I put Portugal in. I put Cyprus in. I put Greece in. Like anywhere in Greece. So I did that, and then my dad was on about going all inclusive, so you don't have to take the extra money. I mean, you take some extra money, but you don't have to take spending money, a lot of spending money then, because it's um, you'd be getting the food and the drinks in with like the holiday. Oh, some of the, I mean, whether you go into Greece, well, Portugal and Malta are out of the question anyway. Cyprus, it ends up being between Cyprus and Greece. Um, I think even for the cheapest all inclusive, even half board or full board, um, Zante I think was one of them, which but I'll get. Then you can take some spending money, and obviously like the price of the um what the actual holiday would cost, you'd be saving um oh you could actually try other places besides just the food in the hotel. Like the money you save, you can put that towards like spending money. That's how I was trying to word it. Yeah. Anyway, so I put in Greece and Cyprus, and I put Malta in. A lot of the ones coming up were um different places in Greece. Not Greece as in the mainland, but Greece as in the Greek islands. Um, there were some places. I think there was about 2 places I saw that came up in Cyprus, and it was we stayed in Patara. Last time we went, when was it? 2011, I think it was, because when the Rugby World Cup was on, and we went to Patara. So and I said to my dad, I said, Paphos maybe, Limassol. I know, it's like just the long strip, and then I know that place compared to Paphos. Yeah. So yeah. So kind of Patara. So maybe Ayia Napa. No, not a big fan of Ayia. I mean, I've never been to Ayia Napa, but yeah. Um. So obviously it was down to Greece then, and it was kind of places like Crete and Zante and um, Rhodes, and I think it was somewhere else. Zante, Rhodes, Crete, Kos, maybe. Um, but then there was this other one that came up, and I was like, hang on, that is one place I want to go. And I'm just going to take you back 10 years when we went to Rhodes, and I said to my dad when we were there, what, or no, when we went in Rhodes, I liked it in Rhodes, but it was, to me, it was probably kind of like Ptaris in Cyprus, where you can go so far in the resort we were, like walking, and might have had to get a taxi or whatever to go somewhere else. And we didn't know the place well enough. Um, and I remember, I don't know if it was the day before we were coming back or something, and the air hostess, not air hostess, the holiday rep, she I can't remember what she was talking to us about anyway. And I said about one place I would love to go, and I can't remember if she said that she went there. She was a holiday rep there the previous like season, as in holiday season, not spring, summer, autumn, winter. And she said, oh, she was going on about something they had there. And I was like, yeah, that's definitely the place I want to go. That was 10 years ago. That's it was how long ago. Um, I've been waiting for this. Yeah. So when this place came up, and I was like, I looked on TripAdvisor for the hotel, and yeah, it was saying it was like a 1 or 2, or Google says it's a 1 or 2 star hotel. And I think it did say on TripAdvisor as well. But all these comments, I don't think there wasn't one bad review. I mean, I haven't gone through every single one, but literally most of them were either good or excellent. With people saying like, "Oh, we've just come back from 2 weeks at this place. We've already booked our next holiday for next year to come to this place." Um, yeah. So I was looking at those. So I was like, yeah, it might be a 1 or 2 star hotel. And that's another thing. Today I noticed there was a thing about. I know when I went to America, there was like a tourist tax. They got a similar thing in Greece. I don't know if it's like all in Europe now. Like I said, the only place I went recently was Spain. So um, yeah. So there was this thing where it was about. They don't call it tourist tax now. They call it something else. But it was on about like if you're in a 5 star hotel, it'd be like £10 per room per night. And I think if you're in a 1 or 2 star hotel, it's like somewhere I saw £1 or €1.50, and somewhere else I saw like 50 cents. So I'm not actually sure um how much, but just say £1.50. Just say it was £2, €2. Go for 2 weeks. Um, well, I mean, that's if it was 10 days, that'll be £20 or €20. So, I mean, that's not that bad considering when I went to New York and when I went to Miami. I mean, I can't even remember how much I had to keep money back to make sure I had enough to pay this thing. That's how much more it was in America. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So I saw. All right. I still haven't said where I'm actually going, but I mean, you'll probably get it from the names of the hotel or the name of the two hotels I looked at. There was two I looked at. What first one, the one we didn't go for was um I can't remember how much cheaper it was, but it was a bit further away. But I'll tell you the story behind it anyway. Um, yeah, so the first one was Zorba's Hotel and Apartments, um, which it grabbed my attention because not only was it in this um, island, but because I've been watching the repeats on drama of London's Burning, and my favourite character in that is Nick, and the nickname which he doesn't like is Zorba. So that grabbed my attention. Um, but I, all right, I googled it on the map, and it was coming up. It was saying it was like 7 minutes away from like the a certain place, like where all like bars and restaurants and stuff are. It said it was like it said it was closer than the other hotel I was looking at, and I was getting confused because people were saying it was like on it was like a steep slope to get up to the hotel. And I was like, well, it doesn't look like that on the map. I was coming up with a different name. And then I think I found it some other way. And then it was saying it was like, it was showing it was somewhere else. So I was like, oh, I'm not even thinking about this hotel. But where I did see it on the second thing, it was, it did look like it was further up, like higher up. So I was like, I think that could be right. That could be way out the way. And people were seeing it in the reviews anyway. Anyway, this other hotel was Oasis Apartments or something like that. And they, yeah, I think it's like 15 minutes walk to where I was looking from this the Zola place to like where the restaurants are. I was looking from this Oasis hotel to where the restaurants are, and it's about 40 50 minutes walking. So I thought that's not that bad. Considering I said to my dad, hang on, I'll look at the Typhoon in Cyprus and I'll look where the Jasmine in Cyprus because we walked between those two places, and that was longer. So I was like, oh, that's not bad. Um, yeah. So we went with the Oasis one, even though it was slightly more, not much more, but slightly more. Um, yeah. So that's booked. As for where it is, I think that poster might give it away. I finally, well, I say 10 years, but if you count like from when I saw the movie, hang on, 16 years after seeing the movie and wanting to go to the place, I finally going to Skiathos. Finally. I can't believe it actually booked as well. Oh my god. And every time and the I don't know how close to the airport it is, but it's like distance wise. But it takes like I want to say it's a 15 minutes from the airport. Um, yeah. But this airport is the one where like if you Google it or YouTube it, you actually got the got a beach here and then you literally have the planes literally that low over the beach because the runway is there. Yeah, it's and I've been watching the videos, and not only that, after looking at these hotels and looking at that place, I've been looking at videos, and there's been people like saying, "Oh, about going to this place and going to this place," and the food is like even before I was looking at the holidays in Tesco's, they do like Greek stuff. I'm like, oh my god, I want to try that, even though the only thing I probably liked that they got there was I can't remember what it was now. I can't remember what it was, but something there. I was like, oh, I'd love to try that. Oh, not I'd love to try that. I'd want that, even though I know I like that food, whatever that food was. But this food I was seeing on these videos, I was like, it's making me. I mean, I knew I wouldn't have the rice with vine in vine leaves. I can't remember the name of it now. Um, yeah, so I'm so excited. And the one place I want to go on the island. It's Skiathos Town we're going. So I'm pretty sure that's like I think I'm trying to think that is where the main bit of Mamma Mia. Not well, I know it's Scopolis as well, but oh, I don't know. I'll have to like look at the location. Yeah, but one of the places is the open air cinema where they show Mamma Mia. I want to go. I don't even know how much tickets are, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Um, and my mum's going away, and literally 2 days after she comes back on I can't remember what day it is. I don't even know what airport she goes from Bristol. I think she might be going from Cardiff. But yeah, a day or two after she comes back, I'll be going away. So yeah, yeah. When I was looking for the hotel, yeah, I was looking, and I was like, I can't find the hotel now. Maybe the room's gone. Um, and I realised it's because the airports that I had put in with Bristol and Cardiff, and what and the airlines was EasyJet. I was like, I'm not flying EasyJet. No way, I'm not flying EasyJet. So I was like, hang on. So when I looked at the airports I go to, I thought, hang on, let me put. I think the only London one it goes from is Gatwick. So I put Gatwick in, and then it came up with it came up with the hotel then, and it's with TUI. Um, yeah. So go for Gatwick. Although I don't know if it did actually say um what what do you call it terminal. Um, I don't even think I noticed on thing. I'll have to come up, so I don't know which terminal to go through. But yeah, so I am looking forward to that. I can't wait. I know I'm in the mood to watch Mamma Mia. I wonder why. Um, yeah. Anyway, so this video will be going up now, and then I will post the video next week. No idea what it'll be about. Um, but yeah, see you then. Bye bye.